Hello and welcome back. Last time we were trying to build our satellites for the rockets, for the the solar panels for the satellites, and we got our build maxing out at about 400 a minute when it should have been doing about 525, and you can see now the number is at 525. So there were problems with the build, and foremost among them was, if you look here, there we are. These coil machines didn't have productivity modules in them. So that was basically the problem. Now this is running. It's running absolutely fine. And it's time to trim the build back because it does have an entire extra green build. Now it's nice and symmetric, but that's not enough in my book. So what I would like to do is trim off one green circuit build and check that the numbers stay above 500. So we're going to do a double build. We need 1000 in total across the two builds. So if we take out one green circuit machine, what we need to see is that this number remains basically where it is. Okay. It can take a little while for buffers to run out, so, but that looks as if it's fairly good. Okay. So that lets us clean up this top build a bit. I'm going to move this over one. So I'm going to move the green circuit build to there and put in the three of them. So let's take them out. There it is. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, the next thing is we may have a circuit of smelting now. Okay, so we are still doing absolutely fine for solar panels. And it's kind of a, do we really want to hack at something that seems to work, I guess. So I think I am going to tidy this up a bit. So if we put a copper build into these gaps, then we can definitely prune off this copper build from the outside. Sorry for those of you who have symmetry OCD, but it's just going to have to be like this. Okay. Now let's check. Are we still running it? Yep. Okay. Then the question is, can we actually trim off more? So it is tempting to remove another couple of copper smelters and see how things pan out. And the ones I would remove are these outside ones. Okay, so if we look at the whole of this, okay, so we're at least one copper smelter in credit. So I think we can trim 2 out and see if everything continues to work. So I'm going to take out that one and that one. We can put them in easily enough with blueprints. Okay, and because copper stacks to 100, there's potentially 100 in the machine and potentially 100 in the box, we have to let this run for a little bit to see if it will level off. remember, this build had an extra green circuit machine and coil compared to the production block plan, because we couldn't get 12 beacons around the green circuit machines. So anything we can do to trim back the rest of the build to recover extra cycles is a good thing. All right, this appears to still be stable. Okay. Yep, it's... Ooh, did I see... Okay, so we've run off the end of that buffer now. The numbers are going to start to dip. So you see how long that took. That took nearly 2 minutes. We will see how far down this buffer goes. And the fix to recover this is to put in another smelter. Okay, so we're now seeing the wobbling around that you see when builds are under capacity. So you get bursts of production when the materials come through, which then causes a burst of bot activity and it ricochets around like that. Okay, so this is now dipped well below the 500. It's not going to raise back up again. Okay, so I'm going to put those 2 copper smelters back. I'm going to put 2 back. Let's put 1 back for now. Okay, again, it's going to take a moment for the smelter to get fully up to speed. And it takes a while for the copper for the smelting to make it through the green circuits and through the satellites. Okay, so let's put this at 10 minutes. So this is where it was running max out. We've put back 1 of the copper smelters. I'm not happy. Well, it's edging up. Yeah, no. So let's put back the 2nd copper smelter. That is there. Okay, so that copper smelter now has ore. And you can see there's some red lights here on these solar panel machines. That would have been lack of green circuits because of lack of copper. Okay. So let's see if this now sorts itself out. I think what happens is because the satellite machines are requesting quite a lot of copper. If you look here, they're 131, and there's 10 of those, 1,300-ish. They actually act as quite a big sink for copper. Right, I think we're now heading back in the right direction. I hope. And it doesn't seem to have quite come back to where it was before. Okay. I'm just looking at the longer term one. So there's this nice flat line. This hasn't climbed up. It's in the high 490s. So I'm just going to let this run for a little while. I've got a feeling it's one of those things where everything needs to buffer up. Right, so to make this into a real build, we would need to put rail in the gap and all that sort of thing, which I'm going to get to later. But what I'd like to do right now is look at the associated steel build. So to supply this, we need 91 smelters worth of steel for 76 smelters worth of iron. And we have an combined iron steel line. There we are. Okay, so this is a perfectly ratioed iron steel build. And this is 6 steel to 5 iron, which is the correct ratio. Right, so 6 goes into 90 quite nicely. That's 15. So that would be 15 rows of this. And then we need 1 extra smelter. So that would be 1, 2, 3. Then we'd have drones. Yep. Obviously a gap for rail in the real world. Right, so that is 6. So then if we took a blueprint of this whole mess, 6, 12. Right, we need 15 plus 1. If we put this build down here, that would be 18. So I don't really want to do that. In fact, let's move out this wall. We need more space. There we go. Okay, where's the blueprint for that? It's in one of the books. There we are. Okay. As I claim more territory just to lay out the builds, I'm realizing just how big this whole thing will get. Okay, so let's get our steel again. Where's that? There. Okay, so we're going to need 15 plus 1 smelter here. We have 18. And we could delete back. Let's do it from this end, because what I want to do is, if there's going to be a partial build and the trains are coming in from this side, I want the trains to be slow at this end and fast at this end. If we did it the other way around, then the partial build, sorry, get it around the right way. The partial build is going to fill up a train wagon more slowly than a full build. So that's going to be the slowest one. We want that to be the first thing the train gets to, because if we'd made it the last one, the trains couldn't get out. So they'd all be stacked. That's not going to work either. We need each of the builds to be equally fast, don't we? So that the throughput is maintained. Okay, let's think again. So what we need is 15 builds plus 1 smelter. If we had 3 units like this, that would be 5 builds per unit. Okay, and we have 6 builds per unit. So we can fix this by stripping off the top. Okay. And then we have the issue that we need one extra build on one of these. Okay, and the way to do that, I think, is over here, one of those, one of those. Okay, so that should be what we need. Let's set this up with some creative mode stuff. Okay, and this is going to request steel. And then we're going to provide ore. Okay, let's... Okay, there would be an argument for rearranging these so that they are more balanced left to right. It may be worth doing. I'm going to suck it and see, I think. All right, so we're going to put some... Whoops. Yeah, that was the right one. I thought I put stone in for a moment. There we are. Then we're going to put some bots in each one. It probably is not going to need very many. 100, 2, 3, 400. I'm expecting it needs about 150. Okay, there we are. And then I'm going to power it up. Oh, it's going to need some substations to bridge the gap. There we are. Okay, so let's add power. Okay. And the roboports are powered and it's off. Okay, let's have a look at production. So this is still not up there at the speed. Okay. And steel, that's the other one we care about. Okay, and we need the steel to max out at 1K. And it is. Now it's going down again. That's the bounce with the bots all running out and then needing to recharge. So that will settle over time. Okay, this is still not at 500, is it? Okay, what's our consumption of skill? 2.4. And we should have double that, so 4.8. So this seems to have plateaued. Okay. So 5K is what we need. So we're consuming 4.8 on the so far because we're underproducing solar panels. Okay, this is still annoyingly bouncing around, isn't it? Right. So this does not appear to have enough charging capacity. And I think that's basically the problem. There's not enough charging. So let's blueprint the whole of the top. I think we can take that. Let's try again. That, and I don't want substations. Good. Then I'm going to rip up the top. And put it back down again, but with extra roboports. Okay, that will do for now. I'm going to move these around just because it's neat. I'm not using the arrow keys because when you move things around with the arrow keys, the wires don't change how they're connected. Okay, I think we've got rid of the recharge problem here. Yep. Okay, so how are we doing for this now? Yep, so it was a bot issue, bot charging issue. So let's see how we improve things here. .7, 4.8, 4.9, and 5. Great. We're on 5, so it's just ticking up and down. It's right on the borderline. So I think what I'm going to do is add one of these to this build as well. I just really want to make sure that it is running at 0.5. Okay, that's going. Great, that's now stably on 5. Yep, good. 5 to 5.1. Is it? Yep, I'm going to call that a result. Okay. So, what's going on with this one? So this has now come back. All right, let's turn off steel because this is running 490 and it's done that for 10 minutes. So this is reliably running at 490. It should be running at 5 something. Okay. We are over by 1 copper smelter. We are under by 1 coil machine. We're under by 2 iron plate smelters. But I don't think that's the problem because this is full. Let's look at the bots. How are we doing for bots? Okay, so there's plenty of bots out there. It's not a bot issue. It's just that we're not in practice producing enough green circuits. Right, and we are under by 1.2 coil machines. What's the solution to that? I think the solution to that may be to throw in one coil machine that just exports coils. And then have that supplement the direct insert. I think that might be the way forward because we have this copper smelter's backed up. There was a copper smelter down here that was backed up. Yeah, over here. This is backing up periodically. So we have enough copper. We're a couple of copper smelters over what's being consumed. We're just not getting the coils into the green circuit machines fast enough. So what I'm going to do, where's a good place for it? I would like to put it right in the middle here. Okay, so I want to take this, let's do it that way. I want to take that. I want to move it over by 1. Okay. To there. Then I want to put a copper coil build there. And I may need to insert another power pole somewhere. Okay, I think we can sacrifice that. So then these are being produced, they're not going anywhere. Oh, hang on. Right, we don't... I wish I could undo. Let's take this back out. I have just spotted something, which you have probably spotted and been shouting at me for. Right, so where's this? Right, let's put that back there. Don't need those. Right, zoom back in. Because these don't have prop mods again. I've used a bad blueprint. Okay, now that they have prop mods in, things are improving. I hope they're improving. I'm just looking around for all the orange and red lights. Yeah, we're back up to 500 and odd. See, it says prop mods, adult word. Right, I'm gonna leave that here. So we have a working steel build that's running at 5K. We have a working solar panel build, which will be running at 5K once this has run off the end of its saturation run. So the only thing left for the satellite build, that can just go, can't it? We've done that now. The only thing left for the satellite build is the low density structures. And I have a feeling that the low density structures are going to be a bit of a pain. But we are producing 5K of solar panels. Let's turn everything on. We are producing 5K solar panels, 5K fuel, 1K accumulator. Sorry, we've got a half build for solar panels, so 500 solar panel, 1,000 accumulators. We have the battery build at scale. We have the steel plates at scale. So we basically have everything except low density structures. Yeah, and now this is running absolutely smoothly. Those prod mods really make the difference, don't they? And that's twice I've done that wrong. Let's take my blueprint, stamp it down, put the prod mods in. There we go. Then, so this is green circuit, coil. Okay, that can go. I'm going to leave that here. We've got everything done except low density structures, so that's what we will have a look at next time. Till then, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I shall see you again soon. Bye-bye.